Tonight, you're going to hear the story behind what many believe is the scariest ghost clip ever captured. In the United States, a piece of footage so unsettling that even professional investigators refuse to review it alone. This is the story of the Aberdeen clip. The footage comes from a tiny rural town in Nebraska called Aberdeen, a place with fewer than 400 residents. Most people there don't scare easily. They're used to storms, long nights, and miles of empty fields. But when you bring up the old Henderson farmhouse, everyone goes quiet. For decades, no one has lived there. Workers who try to repair the property won't stay longer than a day. Tools go missing, voices echo in empty rooms, and lights turn on in a building that has no electricity. Locals have learned to simply stay away. In 2022, a young man named Caleb Moore entered the farmhouse while filming for a school project about abandoned American architecture. He wasn't hunting for ghosts. He just wanted footage of the interior. But as soon as he stepped inside with his cousin, he said something felt wrong. The air was still, heavy, and unnaturally cold. Caleb's camera was rolling as they walked through the house. Most of the rooms were open, except for one door at the end of a narrow hallway. When Caleb tried the handle, it was locked. That confused him because he was sure every door had been open earlier. As they stood there, the microphone picked up a soft tapping sound coming from inside the locked room. It wasn't loud. It wasn't random. It sounded like fingers lightly drumming on wood. Thinking someone might be inside, Caleb kicked the door. It swung open instantly. The room was empty. There was no furniture, no broken glass, no footprints in the dust. But the temperature dropped so fast that the audio on the recording crackled. Caleb stepped inside. Behind him, the door slammed shut with such force that both boys screamed. What happened next is what made this clip infamous. When the camera steadied, there was something standing in the far left corner of the room. A thin, pale figure. It had not been there moments before. It didn't walk in. One frame of the video shows an empty corner. The next frame shows the figure, as if it had simply appeared. Its face was blurred, not from motion, but from a kind of distortion that looked like the camera was trying to erase it. The figure began to move toward them, not with steps, but with an eerie gliding motion, like it was being pulled forward. The cousin begged Caleb to stop recording. Caleb whispered that if they didn't film it, no one would ever believe them. The figure tilted its head slowly. The sound of cracking bones filled the room. Then it rushed toward them, and one impossible jerk. The screen went white, and the audio cut out. When the video came back, the camera was lying on the floor. Caleb was on the ground, trying to get up. His cousin was sobbing, saying, "Don't touch me, don't touch me," over and over. The figure was gone, but its shadow stretched across the ceiling, reaching toward them like it was alive. Then a whisper drifted through the microphone, a low, rasping voice that said only one word, "Stay." The camera shut off. That was the end of the clip. Caleb and his cousin were later found wandering the road outside the farmhouse, shaking and ice cold despite it being a warm July night. Caleb posted the clip later that night, but within 24 hours, he deleted it. By then, copies had already spread online. Experts have analyzed the footage for years. Editors, animators, special effects artists, none have been able to explain the figure, the distortion, or the voice. If you visit Aberdeen and ask the locals about the farmhouse, some will warn you not to go near it, and a few will quietly tell you something even worse. Whatever was in that video, they don't think it was a ghost, because ghosts don't follow people home.